Hey lovelies, welcome if you are new. My name is Donna and let's start a vlog.
And just know something, I ain't settled it. So I'll just wait for the one that's meant for me. Cause I know my worth and I know I'm worth it.
So, hi everyone, I'm Beatriz from Beatriz Book Nook. How are you? And this is the recommendation that I'm going to give Laura and Donna because I really liked it. Lovely War was one of my favorite books, and it's a genre that I really enjoy. It's historical romance and fantasy, a mix between both, because you will have gods in it. So I'm very excited. I cannot wait to hear what you think about the book.
I'm Donna from Mom's Book Collection. I am choosing for Beatrice and Laura to read Strange the Dreamer by Lana Taylor. And this is a dreamy-esque fantasy about blue people. Yeah, you're just gonna have a nice, fantastic, dreamy ride.
Hi, I'm Laura from the Book Hermit, and I have picked Call of the Sea for you guys by Emily B. Rose. This is a mermaid. No, I'm lying. It's a Little Mermaid slash Brave inspired fantasy story, and it's amazing. I absolutely loved it from the word go when I read it, and I hope that you guys do too.
Laura, Beatrice, and I have decided to make a little collab video, and I'm so excited to get started. We are reading our 5-star books. So they have decided to give me a book to read, and I gave one of my 5-star books for them to read, as you've seen in the clip that I've already shown. If you are wondering which book I will be reading, I am actually going to be reading Laura's pick, which is Call of the Sea, and Beatrice's pick, Lovely War. I cannot wait to get these read and find out which one I love. I'm hoping to love both of these because they both sound really good. So, first one is Call of the Sea. I'm going to read off what this one's about on my computer because I'm not gonna sit here thinking I know what it is, because I don't. I just look at it and be like, oh my god, it looks like Brave, okay? Which Laura did say it's a mix between Little Mermaid and Brave. I'm so excited. So this one says Kenna, I think it's Kenna or Kenna, one of the ones, has never wanted the life ahead of her. Trapped in her castle and married to someone she does not love, she dreams of a life of adventure, exploring the ocean, searching for mermaids, except mermaids don't exist. At least that's what she has always been told. I can't wait to get to this one. This will be the first one I'm starting in this video. So let's jump in and get this book read. And then we can move on to Lovely War. And then when I'm ready to read this one, I'll let you know what it's about. This is like so lovely. Look at like this cover. It's adorable. I love it. Okay, let's go read. Hello, I'm here for an update on one of the books, Call of the Sea by Emily B. Rose. And I am physically reading this book with me eyeballs. And I have another book I'm doing this also, but I'm also like, sometimes this is kind of hard, just trying to stay focused and read, because I have issues. And by issues, I mean I have to have a physical book and an audiobook with me when I read. So when I don't have them, I kind of take longer to read certain books. And I technically should have started this one in the beginning of April, but it is like a week until the end of April, and I'm just now starting it. We're not gonna go there. Anyways, I've gotten to chapter 7. So 72 pages. I started this technically yesterday. What's today? Thursday, the 25th, I think. I could be wrong. But anyways, I started this yesterday, and so I figured I'd get to the 7 chapters, and then I would update you on my thoughts. I'm actually quite enjoying this book right now. It reminds me so far, other than like the back of this book, I was like, oh my god, is that the rock that Ariel would sit on? Because, you know, I was told this is like an Ariel retelling, almost like a Little Mermaid retelling. And no, it's part of her dress. It's part of her dress. It's not a rock. It does remind me of Brave quite a bit. And I love that movie. So I'm excited for that. I'm also reminded, because there's one character in here so far. I don't remember his first name. Cameron? I think it's Cameron. But his last name's Mackenzie. And the first thing I thought of was, oh my god, Outlander. So I'm excited for that. I'm loving all these like clan names that I always had to go to the back of the book for the glossary to figure out how to say each of the clan names. And then on top of it, we have the Gaelic. I think that's how you. I don't know how to say it. Oh my goodness. Anyways, the Scottish words. And I know last night when I was cooking dinner and I was reading this book, I stood there and I was like trying to pronounce the one word. Now I don't remember which word it was, but I was trying to sit there and pronounce it, and I was like, oh my god, I think I got it. And then I'm like, I tried it again, and I was like, no, I did not get it yet. Language is hard, okay? Okay, so I love the Brave resemblance, the Outlander, the Scottish clans and the names and stuff like that, and Mackenzie. I also love that the main character and I match up perfectly, because there are thoughts or feelings of being anxious or anything else like that, and I have those thoughts and I have those feelings, and I love when you can get a character that is exactly the same of your thoughts and feelings. So I'm pretty happy of this so far. I am needing to get to chapter 13, 132 pages. So I'm hoping to get to chapter 13 when I next update you. I'm here for an update. I've been reading Call of the Sea. Okay. I have thoughts. Who knew? I will put in a clip when it comes down to that time, because I got very emotional, but we'll get there. As of right now, I am on chapter 13. Oh, and I should show you. There we go. But yeah, so I've chosen this bookmark for this book, and I'm excited, okay, because it kind of matches, right? Anyways, I'm on chapter 13, which is 137 pages in, and I'm not okay. I guess first thing I'm gonna say is I am enjoying myself. There feels like a little bit slow right now, but that's mainly because we're currently in the phase of finding her husband, and they had to go through trials, and it takes about 3 days. But like, I'm pretty sure, because like I'm not that far into it, which means there's gonna be a lot more adventure happening very soon. So I'm happy where I'm at right now. It is a slow reading because I'm reading with me eyeballs, and that happens to be slow. And it didn't help that when I read most of the chapters I needed to read yesterday while filming this, anyways, I managed to have a headache. So, but I wanted to get my reading done, so I was like, headache, schmick, whatever, who cares? We're reading. I relate to the main character quite a lot, which I kind of felt like I knew was coming, but I didn't know how much I related to this character until now. Like, I'm obsessed with this character right now. The one thing she said was she also knew if she didn't get these moments of freedom, she would go mad. I live that every day with children, okay? So like, I love that. Because there's times where I just need to hide in my bathroom with a book or music or my phone or something and just lock the door so no one can come in and bug me. We both know this. She talks about the one guy in here, and I'm like I'm really wishing, hoping, feeling like I really want this character to be like a merman, because we're talking about mermaids in this, and I'm like, we need mermen. We need some. So like I'm hyping up that there should be a merman. I really hope so. We've heard about the mermaid that happened in the beginning of the book, and I'm like, I'm so excited. Mermaid. I also love her twin brother. He's so freaking adorably cute and funny, and I just love him, and the fact that he loves men. Okay, I'm obsessed with who he has chosen to like. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Also, there was a scene where the men only wore kilts and V-neck like white shirts, and all I thought was Jamie Fraser from Outlander. Thank you. There is something fishy. I said fishy, even though we're talking about mermaids in this book. Anyways, there's something fishy going on with Cameron, one of the characters, and I'm sus. I'm sus with him right now. Just because of how he reacted in some of these chapters, I'm like, what are you hiding, sir? So another thing that I had written down, I'm gonna actually read it to you because I'm not gonna remember this, but she always felt too much, felt too strongly, unable to control her emotions the way everyone else seemed to be able to do. I feel that. I literally have too many emotions every single day in my life, and I never know how to work those out or like know how to deal with them in the moment. They kind of just like come and it's like, hey, I'm here, deal with me while we go through all these emotions together. Another thing was she said she had always found something about men sword fighting attractive. I was like, me too, me too. I don't know what it is. Like a man with a sword, and technically, I also wrote, girl, only kilts, nothing else. Like a shirtless man with a sword and a kilt. I'm like swooning over here. And also thinking of Outlander. But it's fine. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. Also, Kenna with her dirty thoughts happening in one of the pages. Like they're not bad. Like it doesn't say really what they are. It just, she made a remark about something and just technically stated that she had dirty thoughts about a certain character, and I was like, oh my god, I do the same. All the time. So we are now at the part where I said I would throw in this video of me having an emotional breakdown with one of these scenes. So you can watch and then we'll come back and chat about it. Seriously? I'm crying. Oh my god. Laura, what have you done? This book. I look like a mess. I'm crying. Literally. I'm only 115 pages in. Okay. I figured I would read to you what made me cry. So, the main character was having a bath. And she was having a ball that night, so she has to get ready, and she's a plus size woman. And oh my god, I'm starting to cry again. Okay, so she doesn't like to go to gatherings with like large groups because of her size, and like she doesn't feel like she fits the size. So what was said here was, it never mattered what she tried, no matter how active she kept, what she ate, her body had always looked this way, refusing the change. She looked down, grabbing her stomach in her hands and squeezing the excess, wishing for the 1,000th time she didn't have to be like this. I do the exact same thing. Oh my god, I'm crying some more. Oh my god. Okay. Well, in any ways, I wanted to show you my kitchen curtain because it's just random. It's literally was supposed to be my bathroom bathtub curtain, but we ended up getting glass doors put into my bathroom. So instead, I had to then use this somehow. So now it is my kitchen curtain. But look at this. It is Mr. Sharky. Okay, I'm gonna go off and wipe my tears. And oh my god, Laura. Yeah. Okay, bye. Okay, so you've seen that. I cried. I've already read to you why I cried. I also showed you my shark shower curtain for a kitchen window curtain. We're not going to talk about that. But anyways, I don't know what to say without crying right now. Like I can feel it. I can feel it in my eyes at this moment. That scene was just a lot for me. But I did want to read to you because I did not read this part. Because this part is very important to any person out there that is having struggles with their bodies. That like this part, I'm gonna read it to you because like it's so important, okay? Like I need to be reading this. I need to have this on my wall or something that I can read every day. But it says, after the fact that she was technically being mean to her body, it says, no, she corrected herself and would keep correcting herself until she finally fully believed it. She didn't wish to be any different. She loved her hair, loved her pale skin dusted in reddish brown freckles, loved the softness of her shape, She was grateful for her powerful legs and strong arms. What made her feel like she hated her body was the way the rest of the world felt, as if she should hate her body. The judgment she saw in other people's eyes, the way they stared at derision and whispered when she ate sweets, the disapproval when she dared to wear a dress showing the natural drooping shape of her breast or stomach. Like, that is so important because every day somebody is struggling with their body. And like, I grew up with having those top model TV shows or like the magazines just showing skinny people all the time. And now, I'll be truthful here, my mindset is always, I need to be skinny. I need to lose weight. And I don't like it. I frankly wish I never had it, but it's also hard to get out of that when for so long we've been thinking the same things over and over that it just stays there until you fully break it, which can take years, can take a long time to do. And with someone like me who has a lot going on, no matter if it's in her brain or in my life, whatever, I said her brain, in my brain or in my life, with just on top of stuff happening, piling up, and not really having the right support group to help me through any of these things, it's gonna take a long time for someone like me to actually be able to get to a part of my life where I feel good about myself. And this book, like, I don't want to cry again. All I'm gonna say is, Laura, what have you done to me? Anyways, moving on. We're on the last part of this because like I only have one chapter to talk about, and that is the last chapter I just read. She overheard the two out of the 5 guys talking, and they're very mean to her, like talking about her. And it's happened before, you know, if you've read this, you know, but like, I'm so freaking proud of her. She stuck up for herself this time, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy for this character right now. And I also agree with her statement that she just wishes they would fall off a cliff and not have to worry about them. Yeah, I'm so happy. Okay. I don't know what else to say other than I'm in emotional peace right now. And yeah, I'm gonna go take a breather. And I will obviously be back here with another update. So I have finished Call of the Sea, and wow. I am going off of a blank page here because I decided I'm not gonna write anything down. I'm just gonna talk. I'm gonna talk to you about this book and how I feel and everything else. One thing I did not like when checking up on this book on like Goodreads and stuff, because I don't think Storygraph has it, and if it does, I have no idea where it is. But the thing I don't like about this is that it is rated young adult when most to half of this book is young adult, and I totally understand that. And I would love for readers of young adult to read this, but if I'm thinking young adult, I'm thinking my daughter plans to read young adult books, and this is a book that I would like for her to later read due to some sexual scenes that happen in this that I love. I deeply loved. But it's something that I personally would not want my daughter to read. And being my daughter is currently in the reading young adult stage, this is a book I would state would be more for adult mainly because I just don't want my daughter to be reading. It does get detailed on what they do to each other. And I frankly would not want my daughter to read that. Or at least warnings for sexual content, like detailed sexual content. Because I don't think there's warnings. And if there is, I did not read them, and I will take back my judgment on it. So that being said, upon the fact that I don't like that part, I actually enjoyed myself with this, with my eyeball reads, because I don't normally like to read with just my eyes. I also like to read with my ears too, and it was kind of nice to read something without having it in my ears for once. I have dog-eared quite a bit of pages, and I have talked to you about some of these things. I did not talk to you about some of the other things, which is okay. Like, I'm okay not to talk about them, because I feel like they could possibly be giving stuff away. The thing I want to say about this is how I loved the messages that were in this book, with the fat shaming and just kind of like trying to find out who you are as a person, to finding someone that you actually reminisce with. Like, you will fall for this person due to emotions that you're having over time with them. And it's like, some people don't have that option, or some people have a struggle with trying to figure out who they are or who they like and stuff. And I really liked how all of this stuff was addressed in this book, and it was really good experience. And I loved the banter. Like, just, I was laughing. I actually, before I finished this book, my husband and my son left, and I'm sitting there, and I read one part in here, and I'll act like I'm reading it. I was like, oh my God. I was like, no, you didn't just say that, like, out loud, because nobody else was in here. But like, I cried. You've seen that. I laughed. Obviously I didn't show that, but like, I've laughed. I was like, oh my God, no. Or like, just saying something along the lines of something. But I did have some issues with like the pacing of the writing, or there were some times that I kind of felt a little bored while reading it, and just some of the things that was written, I'm like, maybe, you know, but otherwise I did enjoy myself. I love this, and I gave it a 4.5. So Laura, I'm so happy you let me read this. I'm so happy you trusted me with your 5-star baby. And yes, I didn't give it a 5-star, but I gave it a 4.5, which is so close to a 5-star that I'm excited to say that I loved the book you recommended me. And I can't wait until you recommend me more. So we're done. We've completed our first round, and now we're on to our second round. So the second round is for Beatriz, and that is Lovely War by Julie Berry. And oh my God, this is stunning. Like, this cover, I mean, they're all stunning. Both the covers are stunning, but like, this is a stunning cover with actually humans on it. Usually I don't know about that, but like, unless they're like half naked. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna read to you off my computer what this book is about, because I have no idea what I'm getting into, and I'm usually okay with that. I love it. So, Hazel and James meet and fall in love days before he is shipped off to the front to face deadly combat in the World War I trenches. Distraught over the fate of James, Hazel, eager to help the war effort, enlists as a pianist at a volunteer job and meets Colette, a fellow volunteer. That sounds amazing. So when I think of this book, I think of this book, and this book was like 5 stars. I cried. I loved it. This one happened with World War II. Well, this one's World War I. So I'm excited to get into this one, and I cannot wait to find out how much I'm going to enjoy it. And the bookmark I'll be using for this one, I might change it, to be honest, because I have this one right now. But I kind of want to go with the theme of the cover. So let me see if I find a new one. I will choose, I don't know when. So we started it off with this one, which really might be the one I'm choosing. Because then we have this one that says Bookstagram. But like, does it really match? Don't think so. And then we have this one just because it was pink. But like I might do this one just because it's pink, which is You Are My Favorite Human. Just don't ask how you stack up against my dog. So we are prepared to read this. I just need to get my headphones, and I just need to collect myself after reading this stunning book, and I need to go read. So I'll see you in my first update, which I'm gonna try to get like at least halfway done this book before I update you guys, because this is a long vlog as it is, okay? Very long. I wasn't meaning to make it this long. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go and see if Beatriz 5-star book is my 5-star book or under. We'll see. I hope it's around the same as Laura's, but we'll see. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello everyone, I'm here for an update. I need to have a little chat about this book. A serious chat, to be honest. Okay, so there's like 2 little girls outside in my neighbor's yard, so like if you can hear them, I'm sorry. Anyways, I need to chat about this. I am about halfway in. The audiobook says I have about, I'm 52% into this book. I am on starting Act 3, okay? First off, I need to apologize because when I found like the short synopsis about this book, I went into thinking, okay, we're gonna be learning and like everything about Hazel and James and the World War I, and I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. But I was put off when I started, and it started off with the gods. So that was something I was not expecting. So I'm going to read you the back of the book to explain what this book is about. Hazel, James, Aubrey, and Colette. A classical pianist from London, a British would-be architect turned soldier, a Harlem-born ragtime genius in the U.S. Army, and a Belgium orphan with a gorgeous voice and a devastating past. Their story, as told by goddess Aphrodite, who must spin the tale or face judgment on Mount Olympus, is filled with hope and heartbreak, prejudice and passion. and reveals that through war is a formidable force. It's no match for the transcendent power of love. So, if I would have read that, I would have known about the gods. I didn't. I don't read the backs of books. I don't really read anything. I just go into the book and I read. So yes, I do read something. I just, when I open the pages, I read the book. Throughout my notes that I have here at my computer, I have mentioned multiple times about like how I do love hearing about James and Hazel. To a point. I can state that the beginning of the book, I felt very bored. I had no idea what I felt other than boredom with the gist of Hazel and James. And I did love the fact that the gods were telling the story. Like, I love that bit. I will say, as of right now, Aubrey and Colette are my favorite. I love their story, their back past. I love everything about them. And I do like learning a lot of like the World War I and what's happening. And from what's the year 1917, 1918, because I love historical fiction when it comes down to the history of things. I don't love how the beginning kind of made me bored, which I've already said, but either way. And I'm just now getting in the mix of fully understanding a little bit more of this book. The backlash of like Aubrey's culture and where he comes from, and just everybody is unsure about them because of who he is. And it does make me sad, because that is how back then everybody had felt, and still today everybody still feels that way. And it makes me sad. But another thing actually I wanted to bring up was that I think what also bored me and that I just didn't understand is the music that is in here, because I'm not a classical music person, so learning about all this is to me a bit boring, because I'm not that type of person. Give me rock, give me old rock, give me rap, give me hip hop, give me pop, you know? I'm not classical, so I'm far from it. I am not a classical lady here. I am just a lady. I don't even know if I could call myself that, to be honest. But anyways, I am enjoying this. It's just, it's not as enjoyment as I thought it would be now that I'm halfway through the book. I'm at the middle part right now. Like, I could probably say this is about a 2 to 3 star, but the rest of the book could make a difference. It could, because I am enjoying the army bit. I am enjoying Aubrey and Colette, and we're just about to get to the part where James meets up with Hazel in Paris. And this is the first time they're meeting back up since more the first part of the book. So we'll see. We'll see what happens and go from there. So I guess we'll see. I'm hopefully the next time I update you might be when I'm done the book, to be honest, because like I said, I don't want to make this vlog any longer than what it should be. So we'll see. So I just gotta make sure I'm done talking about this book before I say anything. Oh, another thing is, actually, I just realized Joey, Aubrey's friend, that heart broke me. Oh, why didn't I talk about this? Okay, so with the gods, we have Aphrodite, we have Ares, we have one I can't pronounce, it's Aphrodite's husband, starts with the H. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name right now. And then we have Hades. And someone else came in, and it was Apollo. And I irked myself. Like, I was like, you know, mainly because when he came in, the first thing I thought of was Apollo from A Curse for True Love from Stephanie Garber, and how much I hated him, or at least that character in that book. And when he came in here, I was like, no, not again. But this is obviously different. I thought it was funny, Apollo from that book and then Apollo from this book. So yeah, I had to bring that up. Another thing that stood out to me in this book was one character that you only met once was Mabel Kibbe, an elderly woman in the beginning of the book where she decided to tell Hazel to go off and dance with the man, and she would take over the pianist of playing the song next. And then Aphrodite was already sitting there with the piano, and nobody can see her except for Mabel. And like they had this little conversation together, and I was like, this was so freaking adorable. I love it. And now, after that one scene, Mabel stuck in my head. I want to be an old Mabel, okay? That sounds wrong. Never mind. I want to be like Mabel when I'm older. That's what I was trying to say that. On top of things, I'm all over the place here. Sorry about that. But I did want to bring up about when I was mentioning about Aubrey's culture and history and how I loved it. It's mainly because I am loving this history of the Black history. It's something that everybody needs to know. And I'm sorry, you can hear my dog. But learning about the Black history from 1917, 1918 is something that a lot of people should know and realize that it's still happening today. And I love learning about things that I don't know about. So this is a little bit of a learning curve for me over here. So I do like that. So I think that is all I want to say about this book. And yeah, I'm gonna go and do obviously my daily stuff I need to do in my house, and then either get back to reading or I'll probably give it a day. We'll see. I'll probably get back to reading because I do want to finish this book so I can finish this vlog and have it out at the proper time it's supposed to be out, which isn't at this moment another month, so you're fine. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next update. Hey guys, I'm here for the last update of this vlog to inform you I have finished Lovely War, and it took me about 3 days. Thank you to the audiobook for helping me kick this one out of the park. I have thoughts. First off, I'm gonna get into my little note section and tell you some things about this that I loved or I thought was funny or whatever. So the first one I thought was when Hazel seen James for the first time since the beginning of the book, where they were in Paris, which is what I said, what I was about to read next. And she sees him in a uniform, and Morris makes a comment like, what's with the man in the uniform and how it makes Morris, in ways, I'm the same way. I'm like, a man in uniform, please give me more. So I understand Hazel and Aphrodite and the fact that like they both love a man in uniform, because I do too. I also thought that was funny because Aries does not like obviously love and stuff because he's the god of war and everything else, and I think he was like really invested in the story because they haven't kissed yet, Hazel and James, and he was getting angry that they haven't kissed yet and made a comment that if you don't kiss her soon, I'm gonna kiss her myself. And I'm like, okay. Like, you're a god and the story has already happened. So either way, I loved it. Really some cute moments during that day with Hazel and James that I thought obviously was adorable. And you're in Paris. You gotta make it one of those types of days. I did feel the emotion in James having to say goodbye to Hazel to go back to the front. And it was very, like, you could feel it. You could feel the goodbye that you did not want to hear in some ways. We did make it to the part where the war talk was a lot more into this book, and I did like it. I had some having to, like, okay, wait, what happened? Kind of like sit there and think about it for a minute, because obviously it's war talk from World War One. So I had to kind of ingest it a little bit more than I thought I would. Just sit there and listen. Also, I did not like, I despise one character in this book, and that is Miss Davies. And she can go jump off a bridge. I did not like her. She was very rude, and I can understand that some women can be like her, especially back in the 1900s. So I feel so sorry for people that had to deal with her. I did, however, get some teary eye happening when something happened to James's one friend during the front, and he had to go and speak to the family, and I had tears in my eyes for that one. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. I was not expecting it. So technically, we're gonna get to the rating. I originally rated this 3.5, which I still feel like that could be a thing, but I feel like if I were to rate it a different number, it'd be like 3.75, to be honest. Like, not exactly a 4-star, but is a 4-star. I am so confused right now because, like, okay. Overall, I did enjoy my time reading this. I loved listening to everything that has happened. I was just bored in the beginning and sometimes throughout, and I did not understand any of the music talk. And the love story was good, but I also was a bit bored of it. So there was a lot of boredom. Because when I read a book, I just don't want to be bored when I'm reading it. I don't think anybody really wants to be bored when they're reading it. I do love this cover, and I'm going to keep this book because maybe down the road, I might actually reread this and see if my thoughts and feelings have changed, especially after reading it for the first time. But yeah, so as of right now, it's at a like 3.5, 3.75, and obviously this probably was not fully for me. So I am happy that I did get to read Beatrice 1 5-star read, and sad that it wasn't a 5-star for me, but it was still enjoyable to read. And I do, like, I when I was reading this, I was like, oh my god, I know who I can recommend this book to. So, like, I can recommend this book to other people, and I guess that's a good thing when I'm actually just sitting here going, what am I rating this book? What am I feeling? And stuff. And the first thing I look at is, can I give this to somebody else to read that I know would probably enjoy it more than me? Yes, I can. So that is what I'm looking at. So we have made it to the end. I have officially completed both these books. I'm super excited that I've gotten to read and technically get to know Laura and Beatrice's reading style, and I'm so happy of this. We have gotten a historical romance that I gave a 3.5 to a 3.75 out of, and we have a fantasy romance technically story out of this one, which I believe I gave a 4.5. So I'm excited. Yes, this one was not in the top 4 to 5, but I still enjoyed my time. And this one took me a little bit longer to read because it was with my eyeballs, but I did enjoy my time and loved every minute of it, and it made me sob. Anyways, so I can say out of this that my new friends that I have made and their taste in books are roughly around the taste in books I like to read. And hopefully the book I have given them to read, they both will enjoy. And I cannot wait to see their thoughts about the book I gave them. So that being said, it's over. I'm done. I'm excited. I'm actually completed this before the time this video is supposed to go up. So that's an achievement. And now I can go work on something new. So thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions or concerns or anything, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.